The October wind whips through the mountain venue's open doors, scattering my carefully arranged place cards across the pine floor. I grab them before they can flutter away, tucking each one back into its proper spot on the burgundy tablecloth. My fingers brush across Adam's name, paired with mine at the sweetheart table, and I smile. 3 weeks until I become Mrs. Adam Chen. Golden sunlight streams through the floor-to-ceiling windows, catching the amber and rust-colored leaves outside. The perfect backdrop for our autumn wedding. I check another item off my clipboard. Table settings, done. Moving on to the centerpiece mock-up. My phone pings. Probably the florist in tomorrow's delivery. But the message comes from an unknown number. So excited for your special day. Thank you for the invitation. Below it sits a photo. My save-the-date card, the one with Adam and me laughing in the aspen grove, our hands intertwined. The same card I specifically didn't send to one person. My clipboard slips from my fingers. The sound of papers scattering across wooden floorboards echoes through the empty venue. I stare at the sender's name above the message. Sierra. My sister's name blurs as memories crash over me. The scholarship letter. The devastating mail. Her smirk when I confronted her. You always get everything. I just wanted you to know how it feels to lose. Hey beautiful, brought you that pumpkin spice latte you love. I spin around. Adam stands in the doorway, 2 coffee cups in hand, his familiar warm smile fading as he sees my face. The wedding planner glances between us, then quietly ushers her staff outside. The door clicks shut behind them. Did you invite my sister to our wedding? My voice comes out steady, controlled, though my hands shake. Adam's smile disappears completely. His eyes drop to the floor, then back to mine, guilt written across every feature. Marissa, listen. She's your only sister. It's been 10 years. The words hit like a physical blow. I grab the edge of the nearest table, steadying myself. You knew. You knew what she did. It was a long time ago. People change. Our third date floods back to me. The little Italian restaurant where I finally opened up told him everything. How Sierra sabotaged my $75,000 design school scholarship. How she faked a withdrawal email from my account to the committee. How she destroyed the career I'd spent years planning. But most importantly, I remember what came after. My voice fierce despite my tears. If you ever try to bring her back into my life, we're done. And Adam's response, his hand covering mine. I would never do that to you. I promise. Let me see your phone. The words come out before I can stop them. What? Your phone, Adam, now. He hesitates, then hands it over. His password hasn't changed my birthday. I open his messages, scroll back through months of conversations. My stomach turns. Messages to Sierra. She'll forgive us both once she sees you there. To my parents, I think it's time we help them reconcile. Their response, you're such a good man, Adam. Marissa will thank you for this someday. The magnitude of the betrayal steals my breath. They've been planning this for months, all of them. I slide my engagement ring off my finger. The diamond catches the sunlight, scattering tiny rainbows across the venue contract on the table. I place the ring beside it. Marissa, please. Adam's voice cracks. I thought I was helping heal your family. I look up at him. Really look at him, seeing him clearly for the first time. The man I thought would protect me had instead conspired with the people who hurt me most. There's nothing to heal. My voice comes out quiet but firm. Because there is no family. Not anymore. I walk past him, my steps steady on the wooden floor. He calls after me, but I don't turn around. The mountain air hits my face as I step outside, carrying the scent of pine and autumn leaves. A scent that will forever remind me of the day I learned that sometimes the deepest betrayals come wrapped in the guise of love. Behind me, the venue doors close with a final, resonant thud. 3 days later, canceled vendor contracts litter my studio apartment floor like autumn leaves. The florist's pristine letterhead, the caterer's elegant script, the photographer's minimalist logo, each one marked with bold red letters. Canceled. My phone buzzes again. 27 missed calls from Adam. 14 from Mom. This isn't like you, sweetheart. Mom's latest voicemail plays as I fold another contract. We raised you to believe in second chances. A delivery man knocks. Another arrangement of white lilies. Mom's note nestles among the blooms. Family forgives, sweetheart. The flowers join 3 other identical arrangements by the window, their scent turning my stomach. My wedding dress hangs in the corner, its delicate lace catching the morning light. $2,000 of broken promises wrapped in tulle and silk. I turn my back on it, but its presence fills the room like another person watching, waiting. Dad's voice crackles through my phone speaker. "We've all been talking, honey. Sierra made a mistake when she was young. God knows I've made plenty myself." His familiar chuckle scrapes against my nerves. "Remember when I sold that '68 Mustang without telling your mother?" The text from Adam arrives while Dad's message still plays. "I've been meeting with your parents. They understand why I did this. Why can't you?" Below it, a photo. Adam, Mom, Dad, and Sierra squeezed into a booth at Romanos, our favorite date night restaurant. Their faces glow with conspiratorial warmth. Sierra's head rests on Mom's shoulder. Adam's arm stretches behind my sister, comfortable, familiar. The timestamp reads 3 weeks ago. My coffee mug slips from my fingers, shattering against the hardwood. Dark liquid seeps into the canceled contracts, bleeding through paper, distorting signatures. Sierra's email arrives next, subject line blinking. "I've changed, give me one chance." I disregard it. 10 years is long enough to punish everyone. Mom's voice fills my apartment again. "I raised you better than this. Forgiveness is what defines us as a family." The message cuts off. Another begins. "The whole family agrees with Adam. You're letting the past control your future, and it's not healthy." The front door clicks. Elaine walks in, armed with takeout bags and that fierce look she gets when she's ready for battle. "I brought reinforcements." She holds up a bottle of wine. "And I'm not leaving until we've tackled all this." She gestures at the paper carnage surrounding me. "I can't keep you here. You have that big client meeting tomorrow." "Already rescheduled." She drops the bags on my kitchen counter. John's covering it. My phone rings again. Adam's face fills the screen. Elaine snatches it before I can react, silencing the call. "Oh, and that reminds me." She pulls a business card from her pocket. "Remember Caroline from accounting? Her aunt went through something similar with her family. She'd like to talk if you're interested." The scent of garlic and tomato sauce fills my apartment, pushing back against the cloying sweetness of Mom's lilies. Elaine unpacks containers, her movements precise, purposeful. She doesn't ask if I'm okay, doesn't push for details, just creates order in the chaos, one takeout container at a time. My neighbor Tom's voice carries through the open window. "Last box loaded in your car, Elaine. Need anything else moved from his place?" "That's everything," Elaine calls back. "Thanks, Tom." The final pieces of my life with Adam, packed and labeled. While they were busy meeting and sending me messages, I was choosing myself again, alone and unprotected. Now looking at it, 3 years condensed into cardboard boxes. My gaze drifts to my laptop, to the email draft I've been avoiding. "You don't have to do this tonight," Elaine says, following my look. Yes, I do. The wedding cancellation email takes shape, each word measured, stripped of blame or bitterness. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the wedding of Marissa Caldwell and Adam Chen has been canceled. All gifts will be returned with our sincere gratitude for your kind wishes. Send. 148 guests. 148 gifts to return. Each one requiring a personal note. Each note a reminder of what I've lost. What was taken. The wedding dress watches, silent, accusing. "Help me get it down?" My voice cracks on the last word. Elaine sets down her wine glass. Together we lift the dress from its hanger. The beaded bodice catches the light, scattering tiny rainbows across my walls. We place it in its garment bag, careful not to snag the delicate fabric. "The consignment shop opens at 10 tomorrow," I say. Elaine nods, zipping the bag closed. Her hand finds mine, squeezes once. Understanding passes between us without words. A leather-bound journal peeks out from beneath the scattered contracts, its pages dog-eared and worn. My throat tightens. The scholarship journal. Every detail of Sierra's betrayal recorded in my furious handwriting. Evidence I couldn't bring myself to show Adam, even after he promised to protect my heart. The final entry ends mid-sentence, as if 17-year-old me couldn't bear to write another word. But there's more to that story. So much more that Adam never knew, that no one knew. I close the journal, slide it back under the papers. Some truths need to wait for their moment. Elaine hands me a container of pasta, her expression soft but determined. One bite at a time, one box at a time, one day at a time. We'll get through this. Outside my window, the October wind whips through the trees, stripping away dead leaves, making room for something new to grow. The clicking of my heels echoes through the glass lobby of Anderson Design Group, each step deliberate and measured. I pause at the entrance, catching sight of my reflection. 3 weeks after canceled wedding plans have left dark circles under my eyes, but my spine remains straight, my head high. Then I see them. My mother stands near the reception desk in her signature pearl necklace, while Sierra perches on one of the leather visitor chairs, wringing a tissue between her fingers. The same fingers that typed that fake withdrawal email 10 years ago. Marissa. My mother steps forward, arms outstretched. We need to talk, sweetheart. I press the elevator button, keeping my gaze fixed on the brushed steel doors. Please, Sierra's voice breaks. I came all this way. I just want to make things right. The entire first floor has gone silent. I feel my coworkers' eyes on us, their morning conversations frozen mid-sentence. Even Janet at reception has stopped pretending to type. We're not leaving until you listen. My mother's voice carries that familiar steel, the tone that once sent me to my room without dinner when I questioned why Sierra never faced consequences. I have a client meeting in 10 minutes. My voice emerges steady, professional. And you're both trespassing. Trespassing? Sierra stands, tears streaming. I'm your sister. Janet. I turn to our receptionist. Please call security. You can't be serious. My mother's face flushes. I raised you better than this. Yes, you raised me to keep quiet when Sierra hurt me. To smile at family gatherings while she smirked about ruining my future. To pretend everything was fine. The words flow out, cool and precise. But I don't work for you anymore. I work here. Janet's hand hovers over the phone. Should I? Yes. I meet my mother's shocked gaze. Call them. The security guards arrive within minutes. Professional, discreet, they escort my family out while my colleagues bustle around, suddenly fascinated by their phones and coffee cups. Everything okay? I turn to find Marcus Chen, our senior partner, watching from his office doorway. His expression holds something I've never seen before. Respect. Yes, sir. I apologize for the disruption. He shakes his head. Never apologize for maintaining professional boundaries. Now, about the Riverside project. The day passes in a blur of client meetings and design reviews. I throw myself into color schemes and furniture layouts, letting the familiar work steady my hands, quiet my mind. But as I pull into my apartment complex that evening, a familiar car sits waiting. Adam steps out, his face thunderous. How could you have security remove your own mother and sister? I grip my portfolio tighter. How could you mate with them behind my back for months? They're your family. They said you've always been dramatic about Sierra, that you blow everything out of proportion. He runs his hands through his hair. I thought if I could just get you all in the same room. The truth hits like a physical blow. You've been letting them tell you their version of me this whole time. Marissa? No. The word comes out sharp, final. You don't get to negotiate anymore. My family has been undermining my story for years, and you chose to believe them instead of me. We're done. I walk past him toward my building. Behind me, his voice cracks. Please, just talk to me. The security code beeps as I enter, and I find Elaine waiting in my apartment with takeout and wine. Saw his car outside. She pulls me into a fierce hug. I'm not leaving until he's gone. We sit on my balcony, picking at pad thai while the summer evening settles around us. Elaine tells me about her aunt who cut off contact with her manipulative sister 20 years ago. Best decision she ever made. Sometimes family is just people who share your DNA. My phone buzzes. A text from Marcus. My brother hasn't spoken to me in 15 years. His choice, his loss. Some people will never understand boundaries until you enforce them. See you tomorrow. Later that night, alone in my bedroom, I find the scholarship acceptance letter in my old journal. The elegant letterhead of the design school, the words that once promised everything. Full tuition and stipend awarded based on outstanding portfolio and recommendation letters. My fingers trace the date, the 15th of April, 2014. 1 week before Sierra sent that fake withdrawal email, destroying it all. For the first time since discovering her invitation to my wedding, I let myself cry. Not the quiet tears I've been hiding, but deep, racking sobs that echo off my apartment walls. I cry for the young woman who spent 6 years rebuilding her career from scratch. For the trust I'll never fully give again. For the family I thought I had. When the tears finally stop, I open my laptop. The design school's contact page glows on the screen. My fingers hover over the keys as I begin to type. To whom it may concern, I'm writing regarding a fraudulent withdrawal email sent from my account in April 2014. The response arrives within hours. They still have the records. The email header showing Sierra's IP address. The timestamps proving it wasn't me. I open a new email. Subject line, the truth about why I left design school. Recipients: Mom, Dad, Adam, Sierra, Aunt Sarah, Uncle Jim, Grandma Rose. My finger hovers over the send button. Sometimes truth isn't revenge. Sometimes it's simply removing the mask from a lie that's lived too long. My laptop screen glows in the darkness of my studio apartment. The clock reads 2:47 a.m., but sleep feels impossible with 10 years of evidence spread across my desk. Journal entries. Scholarship documents. The original congratulatory email, followed by the fake withdrawal Sierra sent from my account. Each piece tells part of the story they refused to hear. The sun was up when I finished with all the documents, and started sending mails one by one. It was all ready the next morning. I open a fresh document and begin typing. No emotional language, just facts. 2015. Received $75,000 scholarship to Pacific Design Institute. The 12th of March 2015. Sierra accessed my email through shared family computer. The 13th of March 2015. Fake withdrawal email sent to scholarship committee. The 14th of March 2015. Scholarship rescinded given to alternate candidate. My fingers hover over the keys as memories surface. The committee's confusion when I showed up for orientation. Sierra's smirk when I confronted her. My parents dismissing it as sisters being sisters. I add their responses through the years. Mom, you were always too sensitive about that scholarship thing. Dad, Sierra was just a teenager. Let it go. Sierra, you're so dramatic. It's ancient history. Then Adam's recent messages to my family. To Sierra, she'll forgive us both once she sees you there. To Mom, I know exactly how to handle Marissa's stubbornness. To Dad, the wedding will fix everything. The truth looks different laid bare in black and white. No dramatics needed. Just a decade of gaslighting exposed in their own words. My finger trembles over the mouse. The recipient list includes my parents, Adam, Sierra, and key family members who've been pressuring me to reconcile. One click will shatter the narrative they've built. I press send. The responses start within minutes. My father's voicemail thunders through the speaker. This family's dirty laundry isn't for public consumption. Sierra's video message pops up on Facebook. Her mascara runs as she begs for forgiveness, but her words ring hollow. I didn't understand what I was doing. The same excuse, repackaged with fresh tears. My phone buzzes with a text from the receptionist at work. Adam's here with flowers. Security turned him away per your instructions. Mom bombs the extended family group chat. Marissa's unwell. She's twisting events to hurt her sister. Please pray for her healing. But something shifts. Aunt Patricia, who I haven't heard from in years, breaks her silence. I believe Marissa. Lucy did the same thing to me in college. This family has a pattern of excusing cruelty. Cousin Rachel private messages me. When your mom said you were being dramatic, I stayed quiet. I'm sorry. They did the same to me when Uncle Jim stole my inheritance. You're not alone. My boss calls unexpectedly. Take a day off today. And you know, that mountain resort project you pitched? It's yours. Channel this energy into creating something beautiful. That day, I spent at my apartment, preparing for another obstacle. I am sure there will be more. But later that night, I slept without medication, for the first time since canceling the wedding. No dreams of Sierra's smirk or Adam's betrayal, just peaceful darkness. The following morning, after the drama was over, brings a text from Dad. I didn't realize how much this affected your career. No excuses or demands, just the first crack in his certainty. I don, T respond and go to work. At the office that morning, Sierra's lengthy social media post about family healing vanishes without explanation. The comments demanding I forgive her disappear too. Kelly from accounting stops by my desk. Adam tried sending more flowers. I returned them myself. She squeezes my shoulder. Some men never understand the word no. Later, Elaine forwards me a screenshot from our mutual friend Marcus. Adam finally admitted he screwed up. Said he should have respected Marissa's boundaries instead of playing family counselor. I throw myself into the mountain resort designs. The irony doesn't escape me, creating another venue in the Cascades, so similar to my canceled wedding location. But this time, every decision flows naturally. No second guessing, no compromise. The glass walls in my design mirror the surrounding forest. Local stone anchors the foundation. A sunken fire pit offers shelter from mountain winds. Each element exactly as I envision it. My computer pings with a wedding planning reminder. 3 months until the big day. I open the folder, cursor hovering over years of Pinterest boards and vendor contracts. With 3 clicks, I delete it all. The empty space feels right, like finally setting down a weight I forgot I was carrying. My phone lights up with another message from Mom. "We can still fix this, sweetheart. Family is everything." I place the phone face down without responding. She's wrong. Family isn't everything. Truth is everything. The rising sun paints my design sketches in shades of amber and gold. The same colors that were supposed to define my wedding day now illuminate the path forward. Not the path they chose for me. The one I'm finally strong enough to walk alone. My laptop screensaver flips to a photo from last week's site visit. I stand on the mountain overlook, wind whipping my hair, smile reaching my eyes for the first time in months. Behind me, the foundation takes shape, each stone exactly where I placed it. Some people spend their lives trying to fix broken foundations. I'm building something new, something real. But a small voice whispers, "What happens when those who hurt you refuse to accept your truth?" Dad's text feels like the first raindrop before a storm. Sierra's silence speaks louder than her tears. And somewhere, Adam still holds the wedding rings he promised would bind me to a life built on lies. The mountain resort plans glow on my screen, solid and true. Let the storm come. This time, I'm ready. First, I focus on finishing the design and meeting the clients. Second, I focus on myself and my peace. That's how a whole week has passed. And now, a week later, the dinner invitation sits on my kitchen counter, thick cream paper embossed with gold lettering. To discuss moving forward as a family. Mother's handwriting flows beneath in perfect cursive, suggesting Marcel's the French restaurant where I celebrated my college graduation. My first design award, every milestone that mattered. My phone buzzes. Another voicemail from Aunt Catherine. "Sweetie, we're all so worried about this rift." Delete. A text from Dad lands next. "Major client of mine asked about you today. Shame if they heard about any family drama." I drop the phone into my purse, but Adam's email notification catches my eye. "Everyone's taking sides, Marissa. Let me help fix this." The timestamp shows he sent it moments after Sierra's handwritten letter arrived her, looping script promising to make everything right. Their coordination would be impressive if it wasn't so suffocating. I called Elaine to go with me to the gathering, and she agreed. I was ready to face them all and started preparing. "You don't have to do this," Elaine says, straightening my blazer collar later that evening. We stand outside Marcel's autumn wind whipping fallen leaves across the cobblestone courtyard. "We could get pizza instead." "No," I smooth the portfolio tucked under my arm. "They need to understand exactly what they're asking me to forgive." Through the window, I spot them at our usual table, mother in pearls, Dad in his power suit, Sierra in something soft and peach that makes her look younger, more vulnerable. Adam's head bent close to my father's, probably strategizing, the perfect family tableau. I push open the heavy wooden door, Elaine close behind. Their heads snap up in unison. "Marissa." Mother half rises, confusion flickering across her face at the sight of Elaine. "We weren't expecting." "My terms, remember?" I choose the chair at the head of the table, not my usual spot beside Sierra. Elaine takes the seat to a quiet sentinel. "Sweetheart." Dad leans forward, his business negotiation smile in place. "We're here to heal as a family. Perhaps your friend could." Elaine stays. I open the portfolio, laying out documents with precise movements. Since we're here to discuss moving forward, let's start with exactly what we're moving forward from. Email headers spread across white linen. Technical proof of Sierra's sabotage, each timestamp a nail in the coffin of their denial. The scholarship committee's response confirming the withdrawal came from an unauthorized source. That's ancient history. Mother waves her hand. Sierra was just my journal. I placed the leather-bound book beside the emails. 6 years rebuilding my career from scratch. Every setback, every missed opportunity, every time I had to explain why I left design school. Sierra's fingers twist in her lap. Adam stares at the journal like it might bite. And this. The final document slides across the table. A complete financial analysis of the impact. Lost wages, student loans I wouldn't have needed, clients I couldn't take without proper credentials. Total cost, $223,412. Dad's wine glass freezes halfway to his mouth. Sierra's voice cracks. I didn't think it would really matter that much. Of course you didn't. The words emerge calm, steady. None of you did. That's why you're all so comfortable demanding I forgive and forget. We can make it right. Adam reaches across the table. Your parents could help with the money, I could. You could what? Ice coats every syllable. Conspire behind my back some more? Violate the one boundary I made absolutely clear? Mother dabs her lips with her napkin. Now, Marissa, if you just... These are my terms. I sit straighter, channeling Dad's boardroom posture. Non-negotiable. Silence falls as I outline each point. No relationship with Sierra. Parents respect my boundaries without question. Adam permanently removed from my life. But we're family, Sierra whispers. No. The word lands like a gavel. Family respects boundaries. Family protects each other. Family doesn't conspire to ambush someone at their own wedding. That's not fair. Adam's jaw clenches. We were trying to help. By completely dismissing what she told you? Elaine's quiet voice cuts through his protest. Some help. I gather the documents, sliding them back into the portfolio. I'm not asking for your agreement or understanding. I'm informing you of my decision. Elizabeth. Dad uses Mother's first Nama warning. Let her finish. You've made your point, Mother's voice wavers. But surely with time. Time doesn't fix betrayal. I stand, Elaine rising beside me. It just reveals who's willing to earn trust back and who expects it handed to them. Please, Sierra reaches for my hand. I step back. I don't wish any of you ill. The words come from somewhere deep and certain. But I won't sacrifice my peace to maintain the illusion of family harmony. Not anymore. The maitre d' appears with menus. I shake my head. We won't be staying. Walking out, I hear Mother's shaky inhale, Dad's heavy sigh. But my steps don't falter. The autumn wind catches my hair as Elaine and I emerge into the courtyard, carrying the scent of wood smoke and turning leaves. You okay? She asks. I look back at the warm windows of Marcel's, at the family tableau now fractured beyond repair. The strange lightness in my chest isn't quite peace not yet, but it's something closer to it than I've felt in years. Yeah, I turn away from the restaurant. I think I finally am. And with these small steps, it took me finally to heal completely after a year. Sunlight streams through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my new office, catching the brass nameplate on my desk. Marissa Caldwell, Principal Designer. The Mountain Retreat Project Award sits beside it, its crystal edges throwing rainbow prisms across my laptop screen. 1 year. The words still catch in my throat, sometimes 1 year since I walked away from a wedding, a family, and a lifetime of trying to be who they wanted. My fingers trace the embossed letters of the award. Excellence in Sustainable Design. The irony doesn't escape me. I won it for the very mountain venue I'd redesigned after canceling my own wedding there. Where Adam's betrayal had shattered my world, I'd built something stronger from the pieces. Marissa? Jenny from reception pokes her head in. Your 2 o'clock is here, the design student? I straighten the framed photos on my desk, not the formal family portraits my mother insisted every home needed, but snapshots of my chosen family. Elaine and me hiking the Pacific Crest, I recognized from my own reflection years ago. I'm Sophie Martinez, she says, settling into the chair across from me. Thank you for considering me for the internship. Her portfolio tells me everything I need to know about her talent. But it's the tremor in her voice when she mentions her family that makes my decision. They don't support your choice to study design? I keep my tone gentle. Sophie's eyes widen. How did you? I recognize the look. I turn to the window, giving her space to compose herself. My family had very specific ideas about what success should look like, too. They want me to study business. The words tumble out. Dad says design is just a hobby, not a real career. Mom keeps sending me listings for accounting programs. My phone buzzes a text from my father. Happy birthday, Marissa. No pressure, just thinking of you. A year ago, that message would have come with strings attached. Now, he's learning. Slowly. I swipe away the notification and focus on Sophie. Tell me about your favorite project in your portfolio. For the next hour, I watch her come alive describing her designs. The same fire I had at her age burns in her eyes. Before she leaves, I hand her an internship offer letter and something LC brochure for the Caldwell Design Scholarship. No family references required, I tell her, just talent and drive. That evening, I wander through the completed mountain retreat. Sunset paints the Douglas fir beams in amber light. Where the wedding altar would have stood, a wall of windows now frames the cascades. The great room's soaring ceiling draws the eye up, until the mountain itself seems to belong inside. My phone buzzes again. A message from my mother, her third this week. Sweetheart, Sierra's back in town. She's changed so much, maybe. I delete it without finishing. Some boundaries need no explanation anymore. In my office, I open the lowest desk drawer. The journal from 10 years ago sits exactly where I placed it the day I finally read it to my therapy group. Its pages chronicle every detail of Sierra's betrayal, every dismissive word from my parents, every dollar and dream that scholarship would have funded. But it's the newest journal beside it that matters more. Its pages map a different kind of architecture, the blueprint of a life rebuilt on my own terms. Notes from therapy sessions where I learned to trust my instincts. Letters I wrote but never sent, their anger transformed into fuel for forward motion. The first design concepts for this mountain retreat, sketched the week after I returned my engagement ring. My last therapy session plays back in my mind. How do you feel when you hear about Adam's engagement? The truth had surprised even me. Nothing. His choices belong to him now, just like mine belong to me. A knock at the door pulls me from the memory. The cleaning crew has arrived, another boundary I've learned to set. My work life ends at 6, allowing space for the weekly support group I now help facilitate. Walking to my car, I spot a familiar silver SUV in the parking lot. My mother. The old Marissa would have turned back, let herself be cornered into another exhausting conversation about family obligation. But that Marissa crumbled with the wedding plans. I pull out my phone and type, "I'm not available to talk. Please respect my boundary." Simple. Clear. No justification needed. The drive home takes me past the small design school where I'll announce the scholarship winners next month. 10 full rides for students who dare to dream bigger than their family's expectations. The application form makes me smile every time I review it. Tell us what you'll build when you stop living for anyone else. 20 minutes later, my condo welcomes me with the scent of lavender and Pinami own's signature blend. Not the artifices my mother always preferred. Photos line the entryway, chronicling the past year's metamorphosis. The first design award. Teaching at the community center. Holidays spent with friends who celebrate my successes instead of demanding my surrender. In the kitchen, I pour a glass of wine and lean against the counter. The sunset streams through windows I positioned precisely for this moment, painting my walls in shades of possibility. Here, in this space I designed for myself, an unexpected peace settles over me. Some people spend their lives building families. Others focus on building walls. I built something stronger, a foundation that doesn't depend on anyone else's approval. A life that's genuinely, uncompromisingly mine. The Mountain Retreat Project taught me that the strongest structures rise from the clearest vision. My vision finally stands clear. I am the architect of my own peace, the designer of my own legacy, and the builder of my own future. And no one can take that away.